2 ounces of soda water. That is not. Oh, that always helps. Okay.
We'll cut this part out. Hello and welcome to WTF, where we help you transform food in the kitchen. I'm Janie.
And I'm Roman.
And on this channel, we talk about unique ingredients and techniques and show you new recipes for your kitchen. Now, today we are doing another one of our Chef versus AI series, where Roman is going to face off against ChatGPT to see who can make the better recipe. And because, you know, we like to make it a little bit different, the prompt that I gave ChatGPT and Roman is to make a mocktail, non-alcoholic cocktail, featuring cheese as one of the primary ingredients.
Gross.
So because, you know, cocktails are fairly easy to put together, in this episode we're going to do both the AI version and Roman's version. And of course, we're going to taste them both to see which mocktail is the better mocktail. So first, Roman, let's kick it off with the AI version. Tell us about what ChatGPT came up with for cheesy mocktail.
All right, so ChatGPT sent us this mocktail, and the main ingredient, cheese, is mascarpone,
Okay.
which I found very, very intriguing because I love mascarpone, and it's not like, you know, it's not like cheddar or Parmesan or anything. It's very soft. It's almost like a whipped cream, kind of a little bit thicker than a whipped cream, and so I thought that it worked very well. So the rest of the ingredients in front of me: citrus. I have orange juice, lemon juice, a little bit of simple syrup, some soda water, and let's see what ChatGPT has for us.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so we'll start off by adding our lemon juice, orange juice, simple syrup, and our mascarpone. This is a store-bought mascarpone.
I feel like that's one of the words I'm never saying correctly.
Mascarpone?
Mascarpone.
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 I used to always say mascarpone all the time. I think that's the Brooklyn in me, actually. All right, so our recipe says to shake this guy up. To mix it. No, it's a little. I'm not a bartender, so.
You're gonna get all these critiques on your shaking stuff.
I know.
Where's Dave from Breville?
Yeah, please, Dave.
We need Dave here to shake it.
This is my happy place.
He needs
And
to
now,
do this.
and now we're gonna add.
Okay.
That looks. What do you think about that?
Ugh.
Doesn't look great. What I would like to do is I'd like to get a whisk and whisk this up, but I'm going as the recipe says.
Okay.
Right? I'm sorry. This is the recipe is spelled. So now we'll add our ice. All right. Give it another shake. I think that's better. I think that's, huh?
I hope that ice breaks up some of that cheese.
Well, I'm trying to shake it really well.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Better.
Okay.
Let's take a look
All
at
right.
that.
All right.
Not too bad.
All right. Not too bad.
All right, so now we're gonna get our strainer, and we're gonna strain that into. It doesn't look terrible.
It does not look
I have to
terrible.
say, it does not look terrible at all.
I was nervous when you showed me the first one, so I am going to be the taste tester because I have not tried this cocktail.
Yes, and I have.
So-
Okay, and then some soda water, 2 ounces. That's an ounce and a half, and there's your 2 ounces.
You don't mix it. You just put the soda water in.
That's what it said. That's the recipe. Soda water on
Okay.
top.
Is this it?
That's it. It's
All right.
ready to go.
Oh my God.
It doesn't.
I kind of wish you didn't put the soda water in because
It probably would have been good. It looked like
nice
it was
and
good,
creamy,
actually.
but now that the soda water's in, it's getting chunky again.
That's what the recipe says.
All
There's
right,
nothing I can do
all
about it.
I mean, it smells fine. I mean, I'm mostly just getting lemon and orange juice and soda water.
Yeah.
So it doesn't taste terrible. I'm not really getting any of the cheese,
Nope.
but it does look gross because now there's little like chunks floating in it.
Yep.
So
I personally, when I had this, I thought to myself, this wouldn't be that bad if I could emulsify that cheese into that drink. If I could throw that into a blender and then, you know, shake it and then add the soda water, it actually might be decent. It might not be, you know, It's
Yeah,
you
there's
know,
just
it's,
like no
it's,
balance. It's
yeah.
all just tart citric right now.
Exactly.
There's
Yeah.
nothing,
There's nothing else to balance it out.
and it looks disgusting.
Although the
so-
recipe does say to add a cube of aged cheddar or Parmesan to it. Not that that would make a difference, but I don't know. So I'm just saying.
All right,
just
I'm going to take a pass on this ChatGPT generated mocktail.
Yeah, not the greatest.
But of course, we're going to show you Roman's version that he R&D'd. So let's reset the table and we'll be right back.
All right. All right, so we are back, and I am ready to show you guys a recipe that is gonna destroy AI. All right.
Okay, let's do
All right. So I wanted to use the same cheese that AI chose, even though I didn't have to. Mascarpone. I do love mascarpone. Like I said earlier, it's you can emulsify it very easily into anything. My method of making mascarpone is a little bit different than normal because after I form the curd, I use a blender to blend it down, which makes the curds much smaller. So when I drain out the whey, I could whip it up into something that's much creamier than normal mascarpone.
Okay.
And that's my trick to making this cocktail. All right, so we're gonna start. I have some milk, I have some cream, I have some calcium chloride solution, which is just 70% water, 30% calcium chloride.
Yeah, typically used in cheese making.
Exactly. And tartaric acid. This is going to form the curd. Now, you don't need this if you have a milk that is unpasteurized. So if you have fresh milk that's not pasteurized, you don't need this at all.
Okay.
So that's a nice little hint. All right, so we're going to start out by adding our cream and milk to a double boiler, which I have on medium heat right now. And I'm going to add 1/8 teaspoon of calcium chloride to that mixture. And we're gonna bring that up to between 185 and 195 degrees Fahrenheit. So now we're up to temp. It's at 185 and holding. What you wanna do is you wanna hold it for about 5 minutes. It's been holding for 4 minutes, and I have the tartaric acid. I'm gonna add it to the milk and cream mixture, and it'll start forming a curd almost immediately. And I'm going to, so the difference between the way I make mascarpone for this particular mocktail and otherwise is I'm going to use a blender to blend those curds down so they're really small, and so that when we strain it to get the whey out of there, it'll be much, much smoother. All right, so we have our mascarpone, well actually it's the cream and milk that has the tartaric acid. It's been cooled down. And right over here I have my micron bag, 100 micron bag. You can use cheesecloth if that's what you have, or a fine strainer. Fine mesh strainer will work also.
This is a fine mesh strainer.
Yeah, but yeah, it is, I guess. All right, so I'm gonna pour this in here. And as you can see, those really small curds?
Very, very fine.
Very, very fine. And that's the big difference in mascarpone from other cheeses.
So do you think that, if someone doesn't go through this process and they get store-bought cheese, do you think if they ran that cheese through a blender, they would get a similar effect?
You would have to add liquid to it.
Okay.
So the big difference in this method is that a lot of the whey is, by cooling it down, a lot of the whey stays inside of the cheese. As opposed to if you make it traditional, you'd lose a lot of whey. Like you can see, this is overnight. This is one that was overnight, and that's how much whey came out of there.
Right.
So normally you would make it, you'd probably have like about this much whey.
Okay.
All right, so that's the biggest difference.
Yeah.
So as you
And
can
then
see.
you're not guaranteed to have that stay together once you've added more liquid to it.
Exactly, exactly. So you want to let this sit overnight, and then once you have the whey out, you can just scoop this right out into a bowl. And actually, I have some ready, and that is what you get. And see, if you notice, it's a little bit like cream cheese, except lighter.
And a little bit like creme fraiche.
Yeah, and this is much lighter than mascarpone that you would find in the store. It'd be just a little bit.
Oh my God! You made like tiramisu with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right, so
it looks amazing.
So we'll come back and we'll finish off that cocktail for you.
Great. Okay, we're back and we're just about to try our, what do we call it? A mascarpone.
Mascarpone. That rolls off the tongue.
Okay.
Mascarpone.
We're about to try it, but before we do, I want to take a moment to do this week's ingredient highlight. And this week's ingredient highlight is going to be our culinary acids. Now, culinary acids ranging from ascorbic all the way through to tartaric. There's a whole bunch of them. We have 5 of them here that are our most popular ones. And they're used in pretty much a lot of applications, from cocktails to modified pHs, in preservation, in baking, in all kinds of different pH modifiers in order to make things taste more acidic, adding acidity without flavor. There is, I would say, almost endless uses for what culinary acids can do. But a lot of people don't understand the difference between the different types of acids and when to use them. So while we offer a lot of them, we also offer education. So go to blog.modernistpantry.com. We're going to link it in the description below to a WTF we did that's all about culinary acids, how do you use them, and our handy dandy reference sheet for a quick guide when you're trying to decide which one to pick. So that's going to be in the links in the description below. All right, and back to Roman.
All right, so we
He's
have.
dying to make this.
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
Oh, great. I love beating up AI. Okay. It's always easy though. All right, so for now. So I have everything ready.
Next
I have
one's gonna be a hard one.
I'm up for the challenge. I'm
Okay.
up for the challenge. All right, I have all my my stuff here to make this. Have my mascarpone, have some caramel, coffee, heavy cream, simple syrup. All right, so let's put it all together.
All right.
All right, so we'll start with our liquids first, and simple syrup. That was coffee first, simple syrup, heavy cream.
Oh yeah, heavy cream in a cocktail.
You gotta have it.
Or mocktail, rather.
And mascarpone, our mascarpone. And I'm gonna whisk this. Unlike ChatGPT, you just said to shake it. Not a great idea.
Yeah, you still need to, you gotta break it up somehow.
Exactly.
Even the Romans is lighter.
Yep. That's
Okay, nice and creamy
okay.
looking.
okay. All right. So now we'll add some caramel for that.
You're pretty much just making liquid dessert at this
I
point.
it is what it is.
Okay.
It is what it is. Don't come at me.
No. I mean, I like dessert, so.
All right. So some ice. I never know how much ice to add in. Like I said, I'm not a bartender, so I don't even know what I'm doing right now. All right, but I think that's enough ice. And that guy, and we're gonna shake this up. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that might have worked.
Okay, I'm
Ooh.
not a bartender either.
All right, and
Okay, looks
all right,
very,
that looks all right.
Looks like a ice cream float.
It kind of does. All right, so we have our glasses here. We're gonna just pour.
Ooh.
That actually does look pretty good.
So that looks nice and emulsified,
Yeah.
and like it's not gonna get chunky in 5 seconds.
I don't think so. Okay, I think that's pretty even. I have a little bit of cocoa powder here. Just,
Ooh.
all right,
Garnish with the lady
a little
finger.
lady finger.
And you could probably easily make this alcoholic and
I
also
think,
still very
yeah,
good
and
for
I
today.
think it'll still be delicious.
It is a mocktail.
That's for you.
Look how great this looks. Oh my goodness.
Now, let's.
Ooh. All right, let me switch hands on this.
Okay.
Okay. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Roman.
You're
Let's see how
welcome.
this goes. Oh my god,
That
it's
is very
so
delicious.
good.
That is great.
It pretty much is just like drinking liquid tiramisu at this point,
Yeah.
but in like the best way. It's like liquid tiramisu ice cream in a drink.
And a drink without chunks of mascarpone in there.
Yeah, you can kind of see. I'm kind of swirling mine around a little bit. You can see how evenly it's coating the glass, and
Yep.
it's not clumping up. This is so good. I'm gonna go with a little lady finger in mine.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Let's try that.
That's so good.
Wow, that is delicious.
You should make this recipe. It's delicious, and you're gonna have tons of delicious mascarpone left for whatever else you want to do with it.
Exactly. Cheesecake. I think that's probably the next thing. I'm gonna make a cheesecake with this mascarpone.
Ooh, oh my goodness. Okay, if you want to see that, let us know. Get the links in the description below. Let us know what you think about this Chef versus AI. Do you want to see more Chef versus AI? Should I give Roman a real challenge and make
how
a
about a
good
real
AI
challenge next time?
make a good AI recipe? Let us know. And until next week, from here to Modernist Pantry Test Kitchen, I'm Janie.
And I'm Roman.
And we transform
Food.